What's up, you guys? I have one more message, all right? It's a message about substance abuse, actually, and gang stalking. But it's essentially the message is somebody needs to make sure that they are not drinking, especially during Mercury retrograde. And also, I think Neptune is going retrograde. I don't know what the dates are for that. Let's actually Google that. Okay, June 30th through December 6th, Neptune is retrograde. So, really good idea not to drink alcohol during Neptune retrograde. Neptune retrograde just feels like you're drunk anyway already. So, but I'll do a reading about that, or I'll do a message about that later at another time. But the message right now is so you guys know that during Mercury retrograde, there's a lot of triggering going on, and there's a lot of oftentimes there's a lot of psychic vampirism. There's a lot of heavy spiritual warfare typically. I think that a lot of us, it's easy to witness these things though. For me, during Mercury retrograde, a lot of people's character typically comes out. So it's not such a bad thing so much, as long as you can stand in your power, really, and lead yourself through Mercury retrograde. I feel like honestly, Mercury retrograde gives us a good opportunity to be able to do that, so that we lead ourselves when the planet is not retrograde, incredibly efficient. Okay, but the message is that drinking, it lowers the frequency. It lowers your frequency. Okay, so just be very, very careful. But what I'm seeing is somebody is drinking in large crowds of people. Like somebody's like, oh, I only drink when I go out. I only drink when I go and I socialize. And the problem with that, what I'm hearing, and it's, I don't want to say the problem with that because I don't want to manifest a problem in anybody's life, right? You can rebuke the energy if you need to, okay? But the problem with that, and in this particular situation, and just take this as a lesson, is that it lowers the frequency and it makes one more susceptible to vampiric attacks, because a lot of the people that you're going out with are not very spiritually responsible. So you really want to be careful and make sure that you are in a good place. And a lot of times Mercury retrograde is not a very stable energy, right? And Neptune retrograde in particular, and I'll explain that later. But like Neptune retrograde for sure is not a very stable energy. I mean, Neptune is like the planet of dreams and the planet of illusions. When it goes backwards, it's just, so it's a whole nother thing. But anyways, especially also I'm hearing too, if you feel like you have an energy that's looming around you, if there's some sort of like a karmic energy that somebody has been feeling like looming, it's also like, because I'm also hearing like there might be somebody who has like a baby mama or a baby daddy or something like that, or like the father of somebody's child or the mother of somebody's child is like trying to come back or something like that, and it's there, somebody's leeching on or trying to attach themselves to somebody's energy. Okay, but anyways, continuing. Okay, so it's like if you know that you are in this situation, it's very important that you keep your frequency high and do all of the things that you can in order to do that. But I feel like somebody needs to stop drinking, or somebody needs to be cognizant of this. Okay, so and Kelly, I'm not talking about you. I know you're at Jazz Fest. It's outdoors and it's fantastic. You'll be fine. Okay. So, but, or maybe you do need to protect yourself, but I'm going to continue on for the message for the general collective. All right. So, but yeah. Okay. So okay. But the problem with, if you have, this is the message though, if there is an energy that is looming, and you have some sort of a karmic energy that is looming, the karmic, okay, so humans who are not spiritually responsible can mirror that karmic energy, which then creates a sort of gang stalking, spiritual warfare type of an environment, okay? So it's like this. I'm just going to kind of tell you guys, like, I know, like, because I'm extrasensory, and I obviously this might not apply to everybody. You know what I mean? Like, this might not be your story. This might not be your journey. So just, you know, if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. If it does, it does. But it's, I know that myself, like, when I go out and I drink, because I see demons, I see ghosts, I see demons, I see all of the things, and I know that if I drink alcohol and I'm not in a good space with good people, that there are things that I am going to see that I don't necessarily, and I have had to deal with that type of an experience, and that's kind of how I learned. Okay, so where am I going with this? I don't know. It's just not easy being multidimensional. And I think that some of you are starting to feel like I need to pull some cards now. I feel like some of you are starting to feel, or maybe somebody is drinking and they're not understanding, or it's almost like somebody is drinking to almost like, yeah, somebody's drinking. I only drink when I'm with people, or there's something about that. I don't know what it is, but it's like somebody, even if you are with, it's like when you drink with people, it's actually, that's kind of like when you don't want to drink. And I'm not saying like, right, yeah, let's pull some cards here, okay? What's the message, please, ancestors of Ice White Light? It's just important to take extra steps, you know. So like when I know I'm gonna go out with friends, like I don't really drink because I'm mostly allergic to like all alcohol, but like if I like in the past when I wasn't, and when I did, what I would have to do is I would have to feel the energy before I drank. I would have to make sure that I cleansed my space so that when I came home, I could, you know, do a nice cleansing ritual. I would do a lot of rebuking of energy in my head while people were discussing or talking, you know what I mean? And I would have to do a lot of clearing and cleansing at parties, or, you know what I mean? If I did decide to drink and the energy did shift. So, you know, you can always use, you know, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. But there's somebody who needs to understand this. And the Four of Wands here can represent, you know, a new beginning and celebration and walking through a portal and, you know, into a different timeline, a higher timeline. Someone's becoming more self-aware is what I'm hearing, okay? And this goes for all drugs too, you guys, okay? Like even with cannabis too, because I am a regular consumer of cannabis. And it doesn't lower your frequency, so to speak, so much, but it does shift your frequency out of your authentic frequency, which can take you into different realms where it's more difficult for you to be grounded and tap into that protective energy, if that makes any sense, okay? Maybe go talk to some birds. There's a snail in this card. You know, just kind of take it slow. Somebody does have some money coming through. I feel like there's some sort of a timeline or something that's shifting, and there's going to be a lot of abundance coming in. Yeah, I feel like this is very interesting. This is so interesting. I feel like we have like, okay, so this might actually be this might actually be somebody who, I feel like there's a feminine energy who's like, this masculine energy needs to stop drinking. This is just the way that I'm reading the cards. It's like somebody is, or somebody needs to, it could be a feminine energy too, but it's like somebody, it's like, there's this feminine energy who has this light. It's like she's got, this is the way that the cards kind of fell out. And this is the way that I'm understanding the reading, okay? Just bear with me, you guys, okay? It's almost like this King of Cups here. is, I don't know why, but we've got this King of Pentacles here too. It's almost like the message I'm receiving is like the King of Cups should be grounded on his own, but he's having to channel this like King of Pentacles energy. So it's like somebody's having to try extra hard to like ground. I don't know. There's like a masculine energy who needs to ground. It's Mercury retrograde. The cards are really weird. They come out weird during Mercury retrograde. I know, but I hear what I hear, and that's what it is. Okay. And it's almost like there's a Queen of Cups here who is like trying to guard her energy though. She's trying to guard her sunshine from this dude who's like trying to stay grounded. But somebody's drinking, or somebody needs to be more grounded. But it's like somebody's is grounding with somebody else or from somebody else, or I don't know. Just more cards. I really thought that this was just going to be a short little reading, but we're getting into it. Okay, or this could be somebody, there was a masculine who had a drinking problem, who is grounding after this drinking problem because this Queen of Cups gave this guy an ultimatum. This king, we could also have like, and the cards are not gender specific, and that, you know, it could be any sign. I know we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, but for me, the Queen and the King of Cups just represent somebody who's incredibly empathic. So this is interesting. It could also be that there is the Queen of Cups. This Queen of Cups is like, I'm not giving you any more of my sunshine, because this King of Cups could also be hanging out with like a King of Pentacles who drinks. And I'm seeing that this King of Pentacles is very grounded in his energy when he drinks, but something about makes the King of Cups very ungrounded. So I don't know, maybe somebody said that they need to like somebody, like maybe we have a feminine energy here who is like, okay, look, dude, I can't hang out with you unless if you get rid of this friend, or I can't hang out with you unless if you get rid of this drinking issue. And this is why. It's because if you are the Queen of Cups and you were having a sexual relationship with this King of Cups and he is hanging out and he's not being spiritually responsible, that energy, if you are having sex, that energy, the Queen of Cups who's highly empathic, she's just going to naturally absorb that. Okay, so this Queen of Cups is very smart. She's setting boundaries. She's saying, no, I know that shit's going to drain my energy because you are not spiritually responsible. So no, I am not going to have sex with you anymore. Or no, I am not going to have sex with you. And again, the cards it could be male or female, but it's just, but somebody's creating some sort of, I'm hearing very clearly sexual boundaries, or somebody has created boundaries. Maybe somebody just doesn't know how to explain this to their person or whatever, or maybe they don't know if they made the right decision, but you made the right decision. You're very empathic. You were dating somebody who was an empath. That's probably why the two of you were together. But this person, even if they're an empath, if they have to be spiritually responsible. And or spiritually cognizant and spiritually aware, and have to, you know, implement disciplines. Otherwise, this Queen of Cups is just going to constantly be just having to heal him when he has sex with her, or when they have sex, when she has sex with him, if whatever, okay, we don't know, but and then she's just going to have to constantly be like absorbing that energy that he's not being accountable for. Now that's the shittiest, that's shit. Like that, I hate those kinds of, cut it off. Or yeah, give him an ultimatum, right? Yeah, it might be like, somebody's like stressed about this. They don't understand why it has to end. But this is why. It's like you're protecting yourself. You're protecting your sunshine. I feel like, and maybe somebody also is like, has set a boundary, and there is somebody, maybe this is somebody who has broken up, or somebody has set a boundary, and you're like, why the hell is this person, this energy still looming? Why the hell can't I go out and have a glass of wine with my friends, and then all of a sudden I come home and I'm thinking about this dumbass? I don't know why I'm hearing that, but like, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's about your frequency. It's your frequency is I feel like you've elevated out of this karmic frequency, but then when you drink or something, it kind of lowers your frequency. So it's like you want to make sure that you're being very cognizant of that. You need to make sure that you are stabilizing your frequency and you're not going back down to whatever the hell their frequency was at, okay? It's like you want to keep your frequency separate from theirs for as long as you can, and that's going to create a cord cutting. That's just how it works for me. Like, that's how it has always worked for me. I separate myself from them, usually don't even have sex with them, because like I just can't even, like, with the energy, you know what I mean? Like, the energy has to fucking be right. But it's like I will usually separate myself from them, then I will be celibate, I will just clean eat, detox, everything, and then I swear after a few weeks, a few months, it lifts. It depends on, you know, how deep the relationship got, right? Depending on how long it takes, but you just there's a space in between where you have to be really, really cognizant with regards to detoxing that energy, so that this karmic energy that may be looming is not being mirrored by other lower frequency energy to create a gang stalking, spiritual warfare situation to lower your frequency, to just kind of bring you back into that. Somebody is trying to, okay. It's like somebody, I'm also getting this energy of somebody trying to manifest someone back into their life, and this is kind of the way that they're doing it, and this is not okay. But this is how it happens, but this is not okay. What else? What other cards do we have here? So it's just important for you to be very spiritually responsible and cognizant and disciplined, so that, you know, what, I don't give a fuck what they do, because I'm just going to do what I need to do, and, you know, it'll separate, right? But you have to be extra responsible, because somebody's being a fucking dumbass trying to pull on your energy. So we're moving forward away from rough waters into calmer waters. There's something about somebody's dreams too, and like waking up, like it's like one day you're gonna wake up and it's going to feel sunny again, is what I'm hearing too. Just hearing have faith. You gotta have faith and know what you're doing. And here we go. 9 of Wands. It's like yeah, you've won the battle. I feel like, and you've been through a lot of shit. I mean, and I feel, look at the bandage on his head. It's like, you know, it's like your crown chakra and your third eye chakra have been through it. But you've learned a lot through whatever it is that you've been through and whatever it is that you're going through. And you still have enough gusto in you. You still got fight in you. I mean, look at him. He's still standing. He's still standing. He's still got his wand, and he's still standing. And he could fight if he wanted to, but he's just kind of waiting for it to be over. Healing. High Priestess. I think you know this. I think you know exactly what's going on. You know. Yeah, man. Okay, yeah. I just heard, why the fuck is my manifesting not working? Yeah, that's why. Because somebody's trying to. Okay, yeah. So right now, I feel like for whoever this message is for, it's time for you to ground. And it kind of sucks, because I feel like whoever you were grounded, but there's something about this connection that made you ungrounded. And again, you guys, the cards are not gender specific, and all of my readings are general readings. Little bits and pieces may resonate with you. Little bits and pieces may resonate with somebody else. The entire reading may resonate with you. None of it may resonate with you. It might just be a really fun little story, anecdote, you know, all of that stuff. So, yeah. Strength card. All right, I'm going to leave the reading there. I'm sending you guys so much love. Thanks so much for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time. Bye.